I became him. I remember I stood up, and that was the first time in my life that I changed the way I felt. I took every feeling I didn't like to feel and I made it anger. And and that look, I mastered it. And that's how I looked, whether I was happy, I was sad, I was going to prison, I was getting out of prison, it didn't matter. That was all I was willing to give. From that moment on, I said, no more. You know what? I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done letting people hurt me. And so what I did is I protected him. Right there. What I did is I said, no more. No one's ever going to hurt him again. And I did. I think the kids today, I work at a group home with 46 kids. They call it super serio. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. But so that's what I became. I became serious. Anytime I felt anything, shy, embarrassed, anxious, I made myself mad, you know? And that's what I started to do with all my life. That's what I would do. If something was happening in school, I made myself mad. If something was happening at home, you know, I just wasn't going to allow anybody to hurt him anymore. And it took a life of its own. Before I got out of 3rd grade, I'm coming home one day, and I'm walking with my sister, and she's 3 years older. She was at another school, and we used to come from 2 sides of town and meet on one street and walk all the way down. And as we're walking down, and I'm looking, and we're getting closer to my house, and I see my dad in the front yard standing on the sidewalk crying, and my mom with a pickup, standing by a pickup, and I see some of my stuff on that pickup, like, hey, what the heck's going on here? And as I'm getting closer to the house, my dad turns to me and he's like, Mijo, come here. And he's crying, and your mom's leaving me. And I remember that moment, even today, when I had to pick a side. It was like, come with me. And at that moment, I forgave my dad for everything. All the times he hit my mom, he left me. And you know, you guys know all those stories. So anyway, all the stuff he did to me, at that moment, I forgave him. And I looked at my mom and I was like, I hate you. And I